Hey y'all, what's up? It's me, Mama King. I am the Divine Oracle. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you have not been here before. I do appreciate all of your good energy, your presence, your positive presence. Okay. Today I want to talk about why me in particular, but I know many of us do this, fall for mean men. And what I mean by mean is like, when it gets down to the nitty gritty, when it gets down to the troubles that come in every relationship or some sort of discontentment from either side, it doesn't have to be anything major, just maybe some shadows that are peeking through the surface that we haven't dealt with before we decided to involve ourselves in a committed relationship, whether it's marriage or, some sort of commitment, children or not. Okay. These men tend to be mean. I've been married to two different men. They're both mean when it comes down to the things that really matter. I spoke yesterday about my first husband and his connection with our grown children. Like, there's no reason why they shouldn't have a relationship. But that was the reason why I divorced him, because I felt like he was just mean. I felt like he deserved better than what I was putting him through at the time. And he was with someone else before me, and went back to her. Okay, I was just a rebound anyway. Okay, we were young and just got caught up in the whole thing of being together in marriage. I guess we're both hopeless romantics, but neither one of us had our emotions on deck, right? But even after all of that, and here we are, 55, 56 years old. And he is like, to me, feels like he's holding a grudge with the children. Um, I did not, I didn't mind the visitation and things like that, but I didn't want him. Well, my kids never expressed they wanted to go stay with their dad for whatever reason. They really wanted to be with their friends here. They had a lot of freedom here. He was very strict in his religion, Jehovah Witness, and all that stuff. So I think that had a lot to do with it too. Um, my children did have a lot of freedom here. A lot of they were spoiled. They don't seem to think so because they feel like you got to have a big fat bank account to be spoiled. But with five children, it was difficult. It wasn't difficult to spoil them because whatever they wanted, I wanted them to have. But I should have had more discipline with that. But then that brings me to the point that the second man I was married to, he was mean too. He wasn't mean to the children. He was mean to me. I just feel like they have some deep undercurrent of um, disrespect, or maybe it's a misunderstanding of the divine masculine and divine feminine energies and how they relate. And it's not just, conducive to a man or to a woman. It's just that men and women both embody these masculine and feminine energies. And I felt like I was very overwhelmed. I was definitely too young to be married and to have children at the time. But I just felt like I wanted to prove something to myself that I could do it. Yeah. I mean, I'm very disciplined, self-disciplined when I'm thinking about it, when I'm focused on it. And I feel like I do know the underlying reason why I got attached to two men under the surface who did not have much respect for women, or maybe there was some sort of underlying jealousy or something like that. I know my first husband had some issues with his mom. My second husband did too, but I don't know. They both got along with their mothers. Their mothers are both in their lives, but whatever the situation happened with their father, or the things that may have happened in their individual homes, may have had some sort of issue with it. My first mother-in-law, I really like my first mother-in-law. I know she had some issues with her ex-husband, they ended up getting married again later on in life after the children were gone. He's passed on now. And my second mother-in-law, she's passed on. She passed on last year. But, she was spoiled too. Like, both of these men who tend to be mean to women were both very generous. So I don't know if they use that to, like, hide their disdain for women, because I know men are taught to be like providers or the one they have to make the money and things like that. I don't know, y'all. I think this is all part of us figuring out everybody, each of our own positions. Um, but everybody's relationship can be different. It doesn't have to look like someone else's. And I feel like the main things that need to be situated so that we can engage in constructive relationships, whether you're married, committed, things are just casual or whatever it is, both parties should be in agreement of whatever the situation is, the relationship is supposed to look like. And I think we need to take more time in doing that. And we also need to, of course, spend more time doing our own shadow work personally. Because I just keep thinking about, if I hadn't been so overwhelmed, if I hadn't have been so full of my mother's energy, the energy that I grew up with of being, spiritually attacked and physically and mentally and psychologically abused and things like that, I would have um I wish I know I would have made better choices, because the mind that I have now is the mind that I've always had. It's just been encrusted with a whole bunch of overwhelming energies and quick decisions that didn't need to be made. Sometimes it's difficult to even slow down at this point in time, because we're all so used to having to be busy to make things work. And in this full moon energy here that we're working with, it really has forced me to slow down as far as trying to push certain things or make things happen or make it feel like you're making things happen, because there's really nothing I could do other than my own personal work and just letting it play out and then not worry about it and not being in a restless state of mind. So I don't know. This could be about mean men, okay? Men that hide their true feelings about feminine energies, or even about just relationships in general. I don't even know if they really get along with other men as they say they do. And I feel like, all the sex, the strong sexual drive has to do with the lack of expressive creativity, a way to make the world a beautiful place materially, of course, with children, but that should be something that's very wanted. Those children should be created in love, whether or not there's a marriage or not. That doesn't matter. I know it doesn't, because when I started out doing my deep spiritual insights and getting these messages from on high, religion didn't matter, marriage didn't matter, because we're all individuals and we only belong to ourselves, okay? And the divine. So even as your children get older, you don't have any other financial responsibilities for them unless you want to take it on. Okay. So let me see what I have here, speaking about what I just said, rambling off. I hope it made a little bit of sense, but y'all know where I'm going here. Talking about this mean energy of men that I simply despise. I woke up thinking about this because I would love to be in another relationship, but I'll be damned if it's going to be with a mean man. You know, I know that they present themselves to be likable to women, but I don't ever remember looking any deeper than my own thoughts and desires when I got into these relationships, even though I was young. Like the first time I got married, I was 19, 18, 19 years old. And the second time I was only like I got divorced when I was 26 from my first husband, turned around and married that second man on the 27th, and when I was 27. But we had been like in different states and separated for a long time. So Yeah, there's some crossover here, but there was also some breakups and leaving town, and the children were all young. It's just a lot of unknown, well, at least at the time, there were unknown issues, overwhelming feelings, not paying attention to wise counsel. His mother is very intelligent. My mother never gave me any sort of relationship advice that was, because she just wanted things. She did not want me to be in a relationship. She did not want anyone caring about me. Okay. So she had her hand in helping to tear my relationships apart too. So no doubt. I don't have any doubt about that. Now, as I was speaking, pulled out 6 cards to get on that energy here. We got Queen of Swords in the upright, the Queen of Cups in the upright, and the well-being, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, 8 of Swords in the upright with a conflict. We also have full energy in the upright, Aries, FOOL, and of course the 10. Well, this is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. So this is karmic energy or something that hasn't been completed or something that's being repeated. It is bad karma, bad health, bad debt. Everything is in the upright except the 6 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know where I'm going with this, but we're going to land somewhere. Let's see what the quote of the day is by Emily Kimbrough. Oh, interesting. Remember, we all stumble, every one of us. That's why it's a comfort to go hand in hand. So, if you're resonating with this energy and you know what I'm talking about, hit the like button and subscribe. All right, let's see if we can figure something out here. Because I'm ready to get rid of thinking about this. Maybe it's time for me to talk about it because there's really nothing else I can think about this situation. Um, because my children are grown, I'm safe, I'm happy right now, as far as, being able to really do what I want, helping out spiritually, being autonomous, sovereign. Um, there's some other things that I'm waiting to come in, but I just want to make sure my spirit and my emotions are in check because if I do get into another long-term committed relationship, Um, I want it to be happy, like joyously happy, like ridiculously happy. I don't want no mean man. I mean, he really has to love women and have respect for women and still be able to hold his own. Okay. If I were to pass away or walk away or anything, okay, don't take it personally. Just, I want someone to know that I'm an individual, you're an individual, who get past the judgment of others and try to understand folks, reason with folks, contemplate situations. And if we do have conflicts within ourselves, I want to be able to express it, be free to express that conflict. And if my man can't help me solve it, we can find somebody that's going to help us solve it together. I think we all would like that. Okay. Hope y'all did your full moon rituals last night. All right. And we're just waiting for everything to. You should have already been planning a manifestation. This is the manifestation. If you planted something here for the new moon a few weeks back, right? So we do have number 33. I want to put this with this Queen of Swords. She's up first. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Masculine and feminine energy, but these are showing up in women. Okay. Air and water. Now, number 33 speaks about the clover leaf, bearer of good tidings. Um, let's see what that. Let's do no. What's number? This is a 5 of Wands. What's the 5 of Wands with the Queen of Swords and the 33? We know that 33 is some sort of mastery or a path to mastery or self-realization, all right? Queen of Swords is reason, reasonable, logical. Another five of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles. So we still have masculine and feminine energy. So we are dealing with balance here, changes in our conflict about these mean men, or maybe it's our problem. Um, because when I think about it, why I was attracted to the mean men, because my mother carried that energy and she was projecting that energy onto me. Of course, I did not realize that because of being so intuitive, contemplative, a lot of water in my chart. I carry that energy. I would carry that energy that she's projecting towards me, that she's been projecting since the day I got here. Okay, so Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles being left out, confrontational, um, conflicted. Okay, so I'm really not trying to blame nobody for this. I'm trying to figure out these energies so we can get them solved, so we can all really move into real love. I get tired of seeing tarot readings talking about you're gonna get this man, you're gonna get this woman, somebody's coming in for you, things are changing. But when I do my readings, I don't see that. I don't see people changing. I see people being stubborn and not really taking a good look at themselves. There's a lot of conflict here. Okay. There is a 10 energy with this Queen of Swords. Let's see, what's the Queen of Cups? I want it to be real. I don't want to hear nothing about somebody wants to speak to you, somebody likes you, somebody wants you to, somebody's thinking about you. They feel like they're not good enough to come to you. They feel like they can't step to you. They're afraid to talk to you. Then why are you reading that energy? It doesn't matter. They just sitting there in their thoughts. Let them sit in their thoughts. I want to see some action in myself and in others. We're just sitting around here twiddling our thumbs, complaining about everything. I think it's ridiculous. Y'all be up in these fantastical love stories that they're just dreaming up and telling you so you can think you're in it. And then I get these other readings and ain't nobody doing no work. Y'all throwing a lot of hate. How can you hate other women and think you're going to get a man to love you? What you end up picking up is a bunch of bullshit, mean men with mean women energies behind them because they got problems with their mama. I had problems with my mama. My dad was an angel as far as I'm concerned. Everything I remember about him and everything I've heard about him, he wasn't like that. He wasn't a mean man. Maybe that's what I've been looking for in my life, and I just didn't know it. It was covered up by some this five of wands energy, Five of Pentacles energy being left out due to some sort of competition. All the men in my family, except the ones probably that passed away already, I don't know. Most of the men in my family were just mean. They just they had no respect for women. My uncles tried to get my uncle, one uncle was, teaching my mother and whoever else would listen, how to pimp us out, how to sell us off to these grown ass men and stuff like that. We didn't know what was going on until we get here. What do you do with that kind of information? What do you do? You keep living, you heal it, you keep healing, and you figure it out so you don't repeat those nasty ass traditions. Now, somebody tell me I'm lying. Queen of Cups in the upright. Contemplation. Now we got Queen of Wands. She's the Queen of Wands. Wine is a symbol of cheerfulness and gaiety. Oh, that's so funny. Let me pull this card right here because I'm going to tell y'all what I did last night, yesterday. This reminds me of this wine and this message. King of Pentacles. I mean, Knight of Pentacles. A good news. 6, 8, 11, and 13 for this Queen of Cups. It's in a present position. The past could be this competition with this Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It could come from the mother energy, what I'm saying. Even if you're a masculine, I feel like we're carrying a lot of distorted feminine energy. It seems that way, right? Which in turn would make the masculine energy, um who came first, the chicken or the egg, or would make the masculine energy competitive and having this breach of trust, feeling left out, competitive. I don't know. It could come from man or a woman. This masculine and feminine energy is what we're dealing with here. All right. So with the Queen of Cups, contemplation, she's the Queen of Wands and the King and the Knight of Pentacles energy. Some good news or contemplation brings some good news. And I'm speaking about this wine here because it's mentioned on this card. But my ex had bought a bottle of white wine that I like, sort of a Moscato kind of thing, bubbly. It's not champagne though. Um, I haven't drank in a while because I had started that Ozempic, but yesterday, I don't know, just to keep my mind at peace. What if I drunk a glass of wine in the morning, that white, beautiful, it's delicious. And I was like, oh my God, this is so good. I haven't drank it in a while, but it was just so good. I ended up drinking the whole bottle, mind you. I was not stumbling around or anything, but I sure did sleep well. I took a very good nap. I said maybe I needed that. Okay, I just needed to cool my mind down, calm my mind down, because Mama King is used to being in control of what I don't know. Because I'm very I don't know. Sometimes I get rigid about things, but it don't take much to get me to start moving again. But here we go. Let's look at this six of Pentacles in reverse. It's dealing with karmic energy. Okay, could just be talking about this entire story. Six of Cups, and it looks like I don't know what I'm saying, but the house denotes success in all ventures. So I don't think we're having an unpleasant time right now. The present condition, you can evaluate your own present condition. Do you feel like it's um pleasant or unpleasant? In some ways, in stability, it's pleasant, I guess. In other ways, it's unpleasant because I'm really not where I want to be, but this is it for now. Um, if your present condition is unpleasant, the future will be happy and prosperous. Also predicts marriage. So even if it is unpleasant at the time, like I said, I don't mean disastrous because looking from the outside in, you would think there was nothing wrong with my situation or my life, but and there really isn't nothing wrong because I'm learning, but I would rather be somewhere else right now. Okay, I am divorced, and I should be living somewhere else, or somebody else should be living somewhere else. But you know, practicality comes first. So we have the Six of Cups in the upright. Oh wow, and the King of Pentacles. I'm getting good tidings and unexpected good fortune, but I don't know why the Six of Pentacles is in reverse with that. Okay. So let's deal with this conflict with this with this Queen of Swords and her five energy. Okay, another five for the Queen of Swords. Eight of Swords, conflict, mental conflict. The Moon, it's a good omen for fortune and exposure of secrets once again. Okay, and then the conflict. Someone could be worried about that. Someone could be constricted. The King of Wands, King of Wands, Queen of Wands is here. He's also with the Queen of Swords. This King of Wands could also be in some sort of conflict and regret, and something about whatever he speculated about, or even what we're speculating about, is true. A mental conflict about these men have a mental conflict about their mother. So that's why the shadow work is so important for anyone who comes across these readings, because it's meant to help us grow. It's not meant to trigger you or make you feel bad about yourself, even though that comes up when the shadow work comes up, but that's all within you. I don't know anybody personally here. The people that I know personally, I just, I deal with that in my mind, but I don't, it's no judgment. Even the people that I do know, even my mother, if she would ever try to make this right, or whatever did it happen in the past, make it right, I would be gung ho. It would probably be the best thing that it would ever happen to me, the best news I could ever get. But I know that's not going to happen. At least not in this time, this lifetime. Okay. But there are people who do want to correct their mistakes. Okay. We have the full card in reverse. Here lately, he's been looking backwards. So there's also with this Queen of Cups energy and this message of patience. Um, Queen of Wands, King of Wands, also confidence, Aries energy. And we have the Six of Wands. There could be a surprise. There could be some sort of disagreement. Um, a surprise disagreement with the Aries, or someone taking a leap of faith. So there's a lot of suspicions, possibly, about a step, a fool, or energy, or having some sort of faith, boundless faith. So the Queen of Cups energy is fire and water, which of course we know that's Sagittarius energy too. So I don't know. Friends could be watching. It's the Four of Swords energy. It's also leading up to some sort of conclusion. The ending energy is what we're in right now, but there is a new beginning. Okay, so the Six of Cups and the King of Pentacles is, wow. I didn't even mean to do that, but it's an ace. So number 37. Um, Also warning against assaults which threaten and will occur sooner or later, according to this distance. So I don't know. The Six of Pentacles is in reverse, but the Six of Cups in the upright. So someone's health could be in danger. This also could be representing, I feel like it may be just money or finances here, or karma. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, please. It's a warning. This Six of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe someone from the past could be trying to send a letter, or even there could be some, hmm, it says unexpected good fortune, but like it's something repeating, that something's not, I don't know. We got the dog, true friends. Um, so I don't think this is a true friend. This is some sort of unsuspected enemy. Wow. There could be someone else lurking around. Another ace. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, and then the Queen of Cups again. Rich and happy family, marriage, by lying to the left, disappointment in love. It could be both. Okay. I don't know. In the beginning, I really, really love, but I have a lot of love. I lead with love. Okay, and unsuspicious energy. Now I'm more protective, more suspicious of people and their energies of friendliness. Okay. They take it the wrong way, or before I know it, I'm set up in some sort of physical confrontation that I can't get myself out of and being taken advantage of. That happened several times. Um, so this looks like a bunch of karmic friends over here that may be trying to get back in the energy. Or it could just be me thinking about these past karmic relationships. Or it could be you. And maybe this is what's come out with the new moon energy, you know, having to reevaluate these relationships, being in all this retrograde energy. I just, I, I don't know. I just don't like mean men. They're such a turnoff. And yeah, a lot of men I've dated or been around or been in some sort of relationship with, other than my friends. I have men that are just friends of no other relationship than just being friends, and they seem to be fine. Um, but I wasn't romantically involved with them, so it could have been just a different attitude. But yeah, they just seem so hateful and mean, and you know that once the relationship is over, because they either don't, with the children involved with both of those relationships, but I don't know, they just always just seem to continue to hold a grudge and never let it go, even if they move on into different relationships. One of them wasn't a cheater, the other one was. So I was a cheater in one relationship and I was not in the other. So, I guess the real key is to stay single and until you get yourself together. Each of us get ourselves together so we won't have to complain about mean people being in our energy again. So this could be a temptation here with this Queen of Swords energy, Eight of Conflict, being constricted in regret, competition, left out. It could be a King of Wands. It could be in reverse for all I know. Could be in jail. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and a Queen of Swords. Both single people, but they could be in a commitment. Labor Day, this came out yesterday, so that's significant. It's in September here, in a few weeks. What about the Queen of Cups and the full energy? Hit and run. What does that mean? Is that like a one night stand or something? Or someone may want that, this full energy. Someone could have taken off and ran, maybe straight towards jail, or someone could have got caught up in their mind when they met, or when you met someone, or when they met you, as above, so below. What about the Six of Pentacles in reverse? The well-being being in reverse. Possibly some good fortune, or maybe there's someone could lose their fortune. Someone's life was taken and their case will not be solved. Could be a King of Pentacles. This could be an ancestor reading or someone coming through as a medium, or yeah, as a medium, or if you're not a medium, I could be getting some answers that you may resonate with a loved one or someone who's passed on. Okay. Their red rum will not be solved. So with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Six of Pentacles in reverse, Dax, Dax, that's a name. Wow. Let me get a few more. Hid the body. Why do I keep seeing like people being taken out of here? Unless these are am I getting hid the body, hit and run, Dax. Red rum will not be solved. Labor Day. One more. Good chemistry. I make that make sense. Okay, let's see what we can do. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. I don't know. Do I have a lot of trolls or a lot of haters watching or not watching or telling people not to watch? I don't know if somebody from YouTube is hiding my channel. If I'm just not a good reader, or I'm just not giving any good advice. I don't know. I know I'm giving good advice because I follow my own advice and it comes straight from my ancestors and source. So, but like I said before, even me, I was just not wanting to listen to people who were older and who had more experience than I did. I really had no business getting married so early. I really had a lot of issues I needed to work out and heal. But I was kept away from my father, or his wife didn't want me involved with the family. I don't know what went on with my father and my mother to the point to where he had to stay out of my life. Once my grandmother passed, she passed at 10, I was seeing him, here and there and visiting between in there, but I kind of forgot all about that with all the mental manipulation. Then my spiritual gifts were kicking in. It was hard for me to discern what was real, what wasn't. People were lying to me. And as a kid, you're still you're in your own imagination. So I had a kid imagination, and I had this big old spiritual imagination, right? And these different things that were happening to me that no one took time to make me understand. So I was seemed to be withdrawn and quiet, but just trying to figure it all out. But my dad was not a bad man. He was not a mean man. His wife did not allow him, I guess, to contact me. And I did see him before he passed away, a few years before he passed away, at my aunt's funeral. They told me his name. They said, "Oh, you remember so and so?" And I was like, "No." Kind of shook my head a little bit. And them niggas knew that that was my dad. And they had him sitting up in that funeral, um, and me, and never said anything. That was my stepfather that did that. And now in my eyes, all men are just mean ass motherfuckers that I really don't want to be involved with. He would have to be a god. Pure and simple. There's no way I would ever be in a relationship, a romantic relationship or a marriage with another human being. Not at all. He would definitely have to be a god. He would have to be a god. Has done his work, or he just materialized. My thought forms and what I deserve and what I desire just materialized right in front of me, and boom, there he is. I wouldn't even tell anybody who he was. Because my relatives, my mom and all them crazy hoes with I think they slept with a few of them, so-called boyfriends or people that call themselves being my boyfriend. I don't even remember any dudes like that other than the two men I married. Everybody else was just mean and hateful. And then I found out they were mean and hateful once I got married to them. And they didn't have any control over me. But anyway, I think I've rambled enough. Okay. So let's go ahead and get some archetype energy. Labor Day, hit and run. Red rum will not be solved. Good chemistry. I got Queen of Swords with that and this King of Wands. They got good chemistry. Labor Day. Hid the body and the name Dax, Dax. We do have the box and the ocean. I'm thinking the feminine energy already. Okay. If you know, you know. Did your mind go there? The box and the ocean? The box is a tool. Let me see. Or is it a place? I think it's a place. It is. It's the cage. It's the rules. It's the norm. Structure, order, coherence, and logic. That's the Queen of Swords energy. Limitation, rigidity, judgment, and fear. So, I mean, just staying in the same old status quo. Everything within the box is known. Everything outside the box is unknown. That is why it is more comfortable to stay within its walls and choose freedom. Hmm. Okay. Give me the box. The brilliant idea. There's a clear path. Yes, a bright future is ahead. I don't know about all these personal cards here. It must mean something to somebody out there. Something is not viable, but then something's going very well. It's in the flow, or you're in the flow with a brilliant idea. Something may be beyond your ability, or something's been done to death. It has to do with this karmic energy. Whoever this Whoever's facing this tower could be a King of Pentacles and some sort of temptive hold or temptation about money or some sort of, somebody could be, he could be expecting some good fortune. It's a negative though. Even if you're having a hard time or in some sort of, somebody could be in a marriage that they're not happy with. I don't know. Does something need to be done here with this King of Pentacles? Karmic energy. What is this? Someone could be very loyal. Four of Pentacles. I pick up Earth energy again. But there's no enemies. Somebody's evil. Rose turned to the dark clouds. Foretells. Misadvantage. Somebody's trying to bring this Queen of Cups some sort of evil. Or bring some sort of disappointment. I don't think they're going to be disappointed though. Give me this Queen of Cups here. No. Somebody has a bad reputation. Something is a rotten idea, or somebody's saying this about this Queen of Cups. As above, so below. No. Someone's feeling run down. They're tired. Something is too much. But you must be feeling very well, very refreshed, moving forward with your desires. Something is good. Something is good for someone and bad for the other. Give me some time, oracles, and I need to close this up because I'm getting too many questions. Where are they? Let's go with this here. So I really didn't. I'm just talking. That's above, so below. I allow love to lead. I said that before, right? Yeah, remember, we all stumble, every one of us. That's why it's a comfort to go hand in hand. So now we're allowing love to lead. We did not in the past. I did not in the past. I let competition, conflict, mental conflict, physical conflict, even the energy of death. So it's carrying the energy of death in the past. Evaluate your heart, evaluate your intentions, evaluate your energy and see if it's an energy of love that is meant to build or if it's an energy of conflict and destruction. Okay? Change me, divine beloved, into one who can allow love to lead my life. May I offer myself completely to the highest, so all may occur as needed. Grant me peace and contentment wherever I am, and use me for the greatest good. Once again, y'all stay blessed and grounded, and I'll see you later.